Good evening, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Paddy, from across the shop, and you're very welcome to a Saturday evening video, which I haven't made one in a long time. Normally, I do my throw the knives on the table, and I do, I make a topic out of whatever I throw on the table. Today was a bit different. I was struggling to find a topic today for some strange reason. I don't know what that is, but anyhow, I decided to do one that something similar to what a lot of people do, the knives they carry for the month. Well, this month I've carried quite a few knives, but what I noticed, what I remember about this month more than most months is I had quite a few knives that I carried multiple times, and that's something I try not to do because I've got so many knives. Why would I stick to the same ones every month? Do you know what I mean? So this is a bit different. So these are knives that I carried multiple times during the month of November. And it was a great month, by the way. I had Sharp Show with the boys. It's the only big show that's over here in the UK. And I had a ball, an absolute ball. And so I'll just get through these knives and we'll talk about them. So, but a nice month and enjoyed it. This is the Tackler. This is a new model that I've got from Arthur Wright and Son. I absolutely adore this. And I don't even like a sway back, but this is so slight that it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't bother. And it's got, this blade is what I would say, it's somewhere between a Wharncliffe and a sheep's foot. But I really do like the shape of it. Straight edge on it. It's just a lovely do anything knife. I really enjoy this knife. For my EDC, this is absolutely perfect. And I love the wood. This is the new replacement that Arthur Wright are using for rosewood. This is Iki wood, if you haven't seen the video on this. I love this Iki wood. It is just stunning. There's so many different bits to it. And it's in the hardwood family, but much better than rosewood, to be honest, for a knife handle, because moisture doesn't affect it anywhere near as much as rosewood would have. Insects don't burr into it like the rosewood. So it's a really good, and it's just different. Every one is going to be completely different, whereas rosewood normally would just be a plain cover. I just like, it looks like this is a work knife, and it looks like a work knife. I mean, these marks are all on it. These are just part of the wood, and I just adore it. But this is a great knife, and this was in my pocket multiple times this month, simply because it's sort of new. And when I get a new knife, I fall in love, and I like to carry them. This is lovely. This wide portion here, I love. I get my fingers all the way around it. It's a tight grip. It's just beautiful. Lovely knife. So that's the first one that's had multiple carries. And the second one is another Arthur Wright. And, I suppose that's a theme with a lot of my videos. I love Arthur Wright knives, especially as work knives. Not trophy cabinet knives, work knives, because they're so well made that they're meant for work. They're made for work. This one is the Barlow. This is a real good 9 pull on that one. Not a 10, but a 9. But come on. Why would you not want to carry that multiple times? I just think it's beautiful. And I'm not sure. I think this is just rosewood, but I can't really remember, to be honest with you. I have that many different wooden hands. But it is a beautiful, lovely figured piece of wood. I enjoy it. I enjoy the feel of wood more than most things. I just really enjoy it. And in hand, it's an Arthur Wright Barlow. They are just amazing. Amazing. That beautiful clip point. Just the whole silhouette of it. It's canted down a little bit, which is just perfect. Love this knife and carry it very regularly. I don't think there's a month goes past that I wouldn't carry some sort of Arthur Wright or Ashley Barlow, if not more than one. But this really is one of my favourites. And again, maybe just for those here that are saying that, oh, that's a small bolster for a Barlow. Not in the Arthur Wright stable. This is the normal Barlow in an Arthur Wright stable, and this is their Barlow. And that you can see the difference is twice the size of a normal end cap cap at the end they have there. And this is a longer it's a double the length of it. All right, it's maybe not a third of the blade, but it doesn't matter because this is what they call a jackknife and a Barlow. Very simple. I'm quite happy. That is perfect. That's what they made it. They call it. So I just follow along. So there we go. And then I've got another two that are starting to become regulars. They really are just becoming a quintessential Paddy carry, and I know I'm going to get called a shill or whatever, but I don't care. It's these rosewood. By the way, all these knives have something in common. Mostly my daily carry will be a 3.5-inch blade, and that's just it. You know, my little pouch I carry, I have my Tactile Bear in here, which is also a slip joint. For those that have never seen one, this is the Tactile Bear by Tactile Company, and this is a beautiful big slip joint. Hey, Eddie. Oh, sorry, that's my dog. And you might hear a lot of barking because my wife's out and they're pining at the door for him, for her. Oh well, she's a she, I think. A she or a knit or an I or a number, I have no idea. Anyhow, this is the one that I carry every day. This is my everyday carry. The rest are just changeable knives. I keep this in because I just wanted to try this. I've never done it before. I had a knife that I carry completely every day. So I'm trying it, and so far I'm loving it because I'm getting to know that knife much more, and I'm also still getting a chance to change my knives out. But this is a little rosewood. Sorry, I go off on a tangent, don't I? This is a little rosewood. What a beautiful, I can't remember the name of that bloody thing. Anyway, it's a teardrop shape. It's the only one they have. It's just a lovely spear point. Look at that. That is beautiful. Stamped bolsters. Absolutely lovely. Etched side, don't mind. That's only his name, but I like the name stamped in it. And it's got a lined bolster and nothing on the end cap. It's just a lovely finished rounded end cap. It sits beautifully in the hand. And again, 3.5 inches, just everything I need to use on a daily basis. I don't need anything more than that. So I love it. And its little buddy, as far as size goes, it's this little one, the deck chair, which we fondly call it because of the colours that was on it. The old deck chairs used to be all coloured like that. And this is a little clip point. A beautiful little clip point. Isn't that lovely? And again, it's just 3.5 inches closed. It's a small little knife, but for my EDC, absolutely perfect. Covers everything I need to do. Well, probably 95% of the things I'll ever need to do. There's only 5% of things that I might want a bigger knife. So there you go. This is just a perfect EDC for me. And if I get caught out, I can make this do it. Do you know what I mean? I can make it do it. I love this. The Coke bottle shape with coffin. Is it coffin? Yeah, it is coffin at the bottom. Coffin shaped. You think I would know these things before I'd start the video? But I love this. It's the Cane Creek, this one is. The Cane Creek. I've had this the longest. That's why I can remember the name. Beautiful, stunning little knife. Again, multiple times this month. And then I had a go with this one for a while. I got this a while back, and then I carried it quite often when I first got it, and then it's been sitting in the drawer, but I just got it back out again. This is the TC Barlow with a most gorgeous sheep's foot on it and my Carta scales. This is perfection to me. You know, this is pocket knife perfection. You know, for a production company, this is pocket knife perfection. It really is. I just love my GECs, and I especially love the TC Barlow. A stunning knife, beautiful walk and talk. It's not a hard pull, but it's got the most gorgeous walk and talk, centered beautifully. Just everything about these knives I adore. Everything about. And I know they're incredibly difficult to get and usually more expensive than most, but shop around. And that's it. And the next one is a Northwoods. And again, this is another user. This is not a safe queen at all. I think it's something like a Lincoln Jack or something like that. But it has this lovely bone cliff, as it was called after Derek. I love the shape of that. This is my apple peeler, or I use it for anything else, but it's great for peeling apples. I just love this for peeling apples. It's a beautiful knife. I love the shield on it. And the Northwoods is made by GEC it was for Derek Bone. He's passed on now, but I believe his wife and maybe his children are running the business. So I just love this knife. Everything about this knife. They leave the forge on at the top, but I've cleaned this off a couple of times. It's been completely black, and I've cleaned it back again. It's just a stunning knife. And a different blade shape. You know, you got that saber grind on this one. But just a lovely shape. Lovely, lovely shapes. And I carried that a few times this month, which, no, it's probably only twice actually, 2 days in a row. But a beautiful, beautiful knife to carry. I love it. So there you go. And I love the saw cut bone in this. It's done nicely. Not over the top, but just done nicely. And then lastly for this batch of knives is one that I got at Sharp Show this year, and I've showed, and I am still totally in love with this knife. Absolutely love it. Oh, just such a lovely solid open. And this is a Andy Brook knife, an English custom maker. Beautiful knife, beautiful clip point. You've got that hand satin. And yes, I did carry this. Did I use it much? Not a lot, but I did carry it. And have I cut things with it? Absolutely cut things with it, but nothing like bits of paper, a bit of string, something like that. That's all I've done. Nothing much more than that at all. But I just love this bone. It's just, this is Paddy in a stick. I love it. I love the stainless steel, brushed stainless steel bolsters, back spring. Everything is done beautifully. Listen to that. And look at that. Straight down the hey diddle diddle. It is beautiful. There will be another one of these next year for me, definitely. I love his walk and talk. I love everything about this knife. I'll maybe go for a nice smooth bone or something the next time, something different. I've got this, or a nice wood. So we'll see what happens, but definitely there will be one next year. I can see that in my future. So, I mean, they're the 6 knives that I carried multiple times. This one was actually, God, it must have been about three days probably for this one. Most of the other ones were just sort of a day or 2 days. Oh, well, it had to be 2 days because it was multiple. There we go. Not the brightest, am I? Like, so there were the ones that I carried mostly this month on multiple times, multiple occasions, and enjoyed every minute with them. Some of the other ones I carried this month that you maybe don't see, because my Instagram doesn't necessarily dictate what I'm carrying that day. Sometimes I just take a knife out and take a picture for Instagram. Imagine that. Imagine that. But there we go. Here's another little one, and I got this one. I bought this one privately. This was apparently made by Ashley Harrison. Now, I don't know whether it was a prototype for something or not, but I know this wood is absolute. It really reminds me of like a Turkish walnut, but it's sort of, you can see all these little bits of the bark or whatever that's stuck on there. It's just beautiful. Nicely done at the back. It hasn't got Ashley's maker's mark, it's just got the Arthur Wright, but there's quite a few knives out there that are like that. I believe this was made by Ashley, and if he watches my video, he will certainly chip in and say, no, he didn't, but I just loved it. I got it at a really nice price, especially if it was made by Ashley. It feels like his sort of make. The walk and talk, everything on this nice feel. It's a stronger pull. It's got a beautiful feeling in hand. Again, oh, this blade shape is a single bladed, just wonder in the hands. This is lovely because my first 3 fingers are sitting here. They're sitting up the front, and my last one goes in this little bit at the back. Isn't it just, it's a gun stock. It's how a gun stock should be, a single bladed knife. And I think with this sheep's foot on it, and you can sort of see the sheep's foot. I just wanted to show somebody. You can see why I said it was this tackler. Was it? And by the way, the famous Sheffield shop has tacklers in stock now. Michael done a few of them after the video and put them in the shop. So if you want a tackler, head over to the famous Sheffield shop and get yourself a tackler. They post around the world, so doesn't matter whether they're out. And I think they were 30, no, maybe about £40 or something like that. So it was beautiful, absolutely lovely. But you can see the blade shape. This being the sheep's foot, and this being the somewhere in between. Can you see it? It's just a little bit, the slope is a little bit longer, and it doesn't come back to about here where a Warncliffe was. So it's somewhere in between, but it's just nice. And it's got that little bit of the sway back there as well. So that's the difference in case you didn't know. But that lovely knife, I have to say, carried that this month. These only once, this one. And I carried this, and I haven't carried this for ages. It's one of my, I just think, prettiest little case knives. This is the little sway back, the Tony Bowes, little sway back with a lovely Warncliffe on it. Just a beautiful blade. This is in the prime stag, which is delicious. Absolutely delicious. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's a smaller knife. This is smaller than 3.5 inches. This one is only, I would say, just over 3. Let me see. Yeah, literally just over 3. 3 1/10, maybe 3 1/8. Lovely little knife. Really easy to carry in the pocket as a secondary knife, and will do all your tasks. Hey, up the hey diddle diddle, just a beautiful piece of. This is case at their best, in my opinion. And they do seem to make this pattern better than most. I don't know why that, what the reason is for that. And this one also got carried this month. This is the copper lock, the mini copper lock, which I think is one gorgeous knife. I'll have to get one in a nice bit of bone though. I got the Dell one because I bought this at a silly price at the Sharp Show 2 years ago, well, 1 year ago, and I've just loved it. I think it's a really beautiful knife, because sometimes I like carrying a wee lockback. There doesn't have to be a reason, it's just a wee feeling when I get up in the morning. I obviously wouldn't take it outside, would I? Like, I am an honest, law-abiding man. Let me just bring these over here a wee bit, get the camera from jolting all over the place. And by the way, please like and subscribe. If you've enjoyed anything about this video and you would like to see some more of my old blether, please do that. If you want to help the channel, and I really I could do with the help, just to be honest. So if you'd like to help the channel along and buying some more knives for the channel, and I'm going to show you one of the knives that I bought with the money I'd had so far. It's going to be showing probably in the next day or two. I'll be showing it. So thank you very much for all those that have already bought a wee cup of tea. And that's all it is. I don't want monthly things or anything like that. Just every now and then, if you've got a couple of pound cup of tea, helps me keep the channel going and buying knives. Another knife that I carried is another really beautiful knife. And it was just one day I fancied carrying something posh, because this is what I call posh. This is a Moki. A little Moki. It's a lovely little knife. It is, what's this one? I think this is probably, yeah, this one is, let me just see. It's about 3 3/8. Beautiful, nice, lovely long bolster, stainless steel again, mirror finish, which looks much better than what that's telling you. It really is a lovely mirror finish. Beautiful little blade, gorgeous in hand. I can just get the fourth finger so it rests about the back here, but oh, it's just lovely to, what a lovely knife to own. I really enjoy this Moki. And these are in, what was this one in? Is it Oz 8? Yeah, Oz 8 this is in. But their heat treat was good in Oz 8. And look at that. Beautiful. Up the hey diddle diddle. Moki, honestly, their fit and finish is just exemplary. Absolutely exemplary. Everything about this is just stunning. Beautifully well done. You couldn't find a fault. I love it. And lastly but not least, mate, old favourites back in the fold again. This was originally mine, then it went to Justin, and then he gave it back to me because he wasn't carrying it. So this is the old Buck 55. And I missed this knife so much. But I wouldn't buy another one for some reason. But anyhow, Justin gave me it back. I think I whinged enough that I didn't have one. He gave it to me back, and I'm very pleased he did. So I thank him very much indeed. He's made my little collection back up again. So there you go. Down and dirty. I was going to say it's quick, but I've just looked at the time and we're only on 19 minutes. But anyhow, thank you very much. And if you could do any of the things that I asked you to help the channel, please do. And I thank you for doing it. And I'll see you very shortly for another video. Goodbye now. Bye.